So in this video, we're going to have a look at Rich's Assignment 2, which is an Android app that describes my philosophy of learning. The app is available in the Play Store with the name Google Play Store. Should install on any Android device with the name Pocket Pedagogy. So I've highlighted the 6 main pillars of my philosophy of learning. First one is scaffolding of lessons and curriculum with Bloom's taxonomy. Some of the ways that I've done this is by using a single project for a 4-month semester for in-class lessons. So my lessons are mostly interactive hands-on labs where students build an application with me. So rather than building isolated pieces each week, we basically continue to evolve a single project, so that allows us to reinforce work that we've done in earlier lessons. We've also built scaffolding into our major projects. Most courses have 2 major projects in a 14-week course. And generally the second assignment is really just a continuation of assignment 1. So again, students get to reinforce the learning they've done in the first assignment by adding additional features. Scaffolding is also done through the use of weekly review quizzes. So those quizzes cover not only the previous lesson, but also the lesson before that. So each quiz is a review of the previous 2 weeks. So again, those concepts are reinforced week to week. Problem-based learning is another common method used in my college teaching. So I teach a capstone course at the end of a 2-year program. That course really synthesizes the various programming, customer service, architecture, and design skills students have. So they actually build real applications for a local not-for-profit that serves as, in effect, the client, and students have to kind of take that project from working in teams, working from conception all the way through to implementation. I try to use a bit of a social constructivist approach in terms of thinking about context and learner backgrounds and culture. The very multicultural classrooms of a lot of students from Asia. So we always sort of try to root our concepts and our context in things that are cross-cultural. So for example, this semester, I always let my students choose what we're going to build in class. So they voted for a restaurant site. Restaurants are something that exists around the world that all students are familiar with. And in terms of all the data we put in, we basically elicit all of that from the students. So we wind up making a web application about their favorite restaurants. In terms of my role, as I'm teaching adults, sort of following along with Vygotsky's theory of the principle of the more knowledgeable other, I really see my role as a facilitator. So we do a lot of independent learning, where often an exercise, particularly an introductory exercise during class, may be for students to research a topic and then share that information back with the class. I put my lessons on YouTube. I live stream them, so students find that they can do learning at home if they're not able to complete everything in class. I also try to really make all the solutions available online, and I encourage students to do independent learning, any assignment where they can demonstrate they've added features and learned things on their own. They can earn additional marks for that. So andragogy really, a lot of those points from the andragogy theories really play into what I do. In terms of motivation, I don't really see motivation as being my role. I'm teaching adult students. They're paying to come to school. They've chosen my college out of 24 Ontario colleges, and they've picked the program, and we have over 100 colleges. So by and large, my presumption is students are in those programs because they want to be at our college. They want to be in computer studies. So I try to provide a lot of choice. So students typically define their own projects, and I always say, build something that's interesting to you, which a lot of students like. When we build things in class, I hold votes and surveys and let students come up with the ideas of what we're going to be building. So again, there's more ownership there and more interest and greater motivation for them. When they work in groups in our capstone project, I allow the students to pick their own groups. And I also don't insist on textbooks. So for example, I try to make a lot of resources available. We have Blackboard. I have an online code repository. I post all the lesson code. I live stream through video, but I also say textbooks are available. So it's a question of, I try to make things available and ultimately let students decide what types of learning resources make most sense for them. And finally, I want to talk a little bit about Gardner's multiple intelligences theory, which tells us that different students have different types of intelligence and learn in different ways. So here are some of the different types of activities, types of materials, types of resources I make available to students. And the goal here is really trying to make the material and the ideas and the learning activities varied so that students who have different strengths and learn in different ways all have a chance to benefit from my courses.